Hispanic Heritage Month, also known as Esperanza, has just recently come to an end. And we here at MacArthur got an interview with the wonderful Alberto Rivas to talk about the importance of Hispanic heritage within our community today. Hello and welcome to Big Mac News. I am your host, Kelsey Roloff, and I am here with Alberto Rivas.
Hello.
Seeing as this month is Hispanic Heritage Month, we thought this was the perfect opportunity to bring Alberto in here to honor everything that he's done for our community so far. How did you start getting so involved within our community?
So the first organization that I ever started to become a volunteer for was the Walk to End Multiple Sclerosis, which is an autoimmune disease. And I worked for City National Bank at the time, was probably with them for about a year. And then once I started getting involved, it had me go out into the community asking for sponsorship, asking for donations, asking for advertisements. And my whole life has been kind of public relations and marketing aside from my banking world. So that kind of opened up a lot of doors with the Fort Sill Chamber of Commerce. I also went through a course called Leadership Law in Fort Sill, which broadened my mentorship, but also my connections within the community. And it kind of just skyrocketed from there. I'm on several boards and a state board and have been recognized a few times. It's definitely been a blessing. I tell people that this is where I found who I am and what my passion was.
Oh, that's wonderful. But could you tell me what Hispanic Heritage Month or Esperanza means to you whenever you think of it?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Dallas, and I was for the first 6 years of my life, I actually was raised by my grandparents on my dad's side, who are Hispanic, and they are my grandmother's from Torreon, Mexico, and my grandfather is from Chihuahua, Mexico, and so my Spanish was my first language growing up, and they raised me, and so it's you talk about the Hispanic culture being very prevalent in my childhood, going to church or going to mass quite frequently, or from the food or just from the family feel. It's just, that's what I was raised in. And so that culture, that lifestyle is definitely very prominent still today, and I'm very fortunate to still have both of them in my life.
Oh, that's wonderful. So can you tell me what aspects of Hispanic heritage that you find that you treasure the most?
I think there are a lot of cultures and a lot of ethnicities out there that have a huge focus on family. But I above all else, I think Hispanics, for me and how I grew up in my experiences, it's family is what you have. When you think about my grandfather and coming over for the first time into the States to try to find the American dream, he worked at a wine vineyard picking grapes with his dad, and so where he could get enough money to bring my grandmother over, and then they bringing them over. And so then you're building this family, because from beginning to end, you're working for your family. And that's all that it was. Growing up, they raised me and my brother, and we had a lot of people in the house at one time, many years. And I remember my grandfather and grandmother working till odd end hours in the night. They were in hospitality. Remember my grandfather coming in at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'd try to stay up to see him come home wearing a tux, because he worked at a very nice hotel. But he just did it so that he made sure that we were taken care of before he was. So that's what Hispanic heritage is to me, is just you risk everything for family.
Oh, that's like really deep. Why do you think that it's important that we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month or Esperanza within our society today?
America is a melting pot, and we are a very diverse country. And when we look at how before it was America, the individuals that inhabited this, especially this area of the world and this area of the States, you had Mexico just right below us, and you had many Native Americans, indigenous people that inhabited this area. And so then you had everyone else come through. And then, so we're a very diverse country, and being an immigrant, not myself, but my grandparents, we're a very immigrant nation. And that's what we need to be standing behind, is allowing people to come in here and try to pursue the American dream. For me, that's what America was founded on. And to be able to see my grandparents be successful at that shows that it is capable of achieving.
Oh, 100%. So what would you like for people to take away from this interview?
From this interview, wow, that's, let me think about this for a second. Hispanic Heritage Month truly is for everybody. When we're looking at celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, we want you to learn about our culture, and even things that are still not even taught in history books today. Very much like February with Black History Month. There's a lot of things that are coming to light here in today's history that shows what we've learned is not necessarily so. And so to do your research, to see what it means to be Hispanic, to see what it means to be indigenous, to see whatever it may be, but know that as a whole, this is the United States of America. And what makes the United States of America is immigrants, is culture, is ethnicity, no matter where you're from.
100%. Well, thank you very much for coming in today, Alberto. And
Thank you.
It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
I did too.
And thank you guys for tuning in to Big Mac News. We'll see you next time.